I don't know, a year. Still famous. So we're all dealing with this quarantine thing, and I've been watching a lot of shows. I finished like 7, 8. So I thought, why not recommend some of them to you guys? I watch on this website or this website because, come on, we're all Lebanese and we're going to be broke one day. Dark humor. This might be the most boring video, but come on, it's kind of useful, you know. So the first show is The Society. Some people say that it's kind of like the story Lord of the Flies. I haven't seen that. I haven't read. I've been out of school for like 3 months, so I don't know English anymore. The show is 1 season, and it's actually really good. It talks about a bunch of teenagers that were left in a town that looks the same as their own town. And yeah, they have to figure out how to live on their own. And I think that they're filming the 2nd season. I think so. Because in the end, you're left at like an edge, so you don't know what happened, and you just get really confused at the end. The next show is called Lock and Key, and it's also 1 season. It's also a good show. It's kind of short. It's about a family that moves to a new town. They lost their father, so they moved to his town. Smallest child starts finding keys, and each key resembles something. See, I like this show a lot, but I just hate the ending. Some shows are just, you know, like, just end it over here. Why complicate things? Third show is called Trinkets. These are the kind of shows that I really like. If you don't know me, my mind is so dark, okay? I like everything related to murder, to killing, to hiding the fact that you killed someone. And this just talks about a girl that's obsessed with stealing. That's all I have to say. She ends up meeting 2 people that are like, the story might not sound that interesting, but watching it is pretty fun. The show is called Atypical. This is the most underrated Netflix show. No, not the most. One of the most underrated Netflix shows. In the whole series, there are like different social issues. It talks about this guy called Sam, I think. Yeah, Sam. And he has autism. You go into watching him, like watching his journey throughout high school and college. And you go in depth about how Sam having autism affects his parents, his sister, and all. The 4th show is called Unbelievable. This is a very sad show. It basically talks about rape. There's this guy that raped a girl. After a while, they find that the same guy is doing the same thing to a lot of people. But the first girl that he raped had a lot of mental issues, so she couldn't speak up. She tried to hide the fact that she was... It's super complicated, but like the story is... wow. The show is like, I would say, family friendly, and it's called Mr. Iglesias. It's really funny, and it's 10 episodes. Mr. Iglesias is the teacher in a high school. It's just like a high school story about the relationship between the teacher and the students. Next up, we have Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you haven't seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you're missing out on a lot. It's about a cop and his other, not a cop, detective, and his other colleagues. It's super funny, and they have to solve a case in each episode. Now on to one of also my favorite shows. This show is called One Day at a Time. The perfect humor. It talks about a family, a Latina mother, and her 2 kids, and her own mother. You go through the phases of like the children growing up, and them finding out what they are, and getting girlfriends and boyfriends, and I love it. And it's also so realistic. And I'm actually watching the 4th season on this websites that I mentioned. Next show is How to Get Away with Murder. The last season isn't on Netflix, which is why I mentioned the 2 websites first. My best friend was obsessed with the show, and I was judging him for it, but then I watched it and I got obsessed. I finished the first 5 seasons in a month, and I still haven't watched the last season because I don't want to finish it. It just talks about what is she called? A lawyer, but a professor. A teacher, a college teacher called Annalise Keating, without the S. She just chooses 5 students to help her with her cases. And she chooses those 5 students, and yeah, they start getting into problems, and a lot of drama happens. And one of those students is called Wesley Gibbons, and you have to watch to find out who he is. If you ever plan on killing someone, she'll help you out. You'll figure that out with her. Please don't think about that. I'm going to jail. Next up, we have 13 Reasons Why. And the hate starts coming. A lot of people, probably everyone I know except for like my best friend, everyone I know hates this show for some reason. I don't know why. People understand this show in a weird way. This show did more good to the suicidal people than it has killed people. And yeah, everyone knows the story. If you don't, there's this girl called Hannah Baker that kills herself and leaves tapes. If you're triggered by things like these, don't watch it, okay? But I would definitely recommend this show, this series, or whatever you want to call it, just because of the final season 4. It's the best one out of all the other 4. But for real though, if you're triggered by things like these, just ignore whatever I said. Please tell me, am I the only one that thinks that Riverdale and The Vampire Diaries are too overrated? I can't even get through the 2nd season of Riverdale. Another show that I watched, I keep clapping. Second, You. Not You, the show is called You. It's a good show, yeah. The 2nd season is just useless, and the last episode of the 2nd season is also useless. But the 1st season is fine. It's good. Some people liked the 2nd season more than the 1st one, so check that out. I'm going to recommend one more show just because of how much I liked it. It's called 911 Lone Star. My cousin was obsessed with it, so she forced me into watching it. And I did. And I loved it. I really hope that they're coming out to more seasons. Oh my god, do I have cheekbones? I'm just going to throw out some names of certain shows that I also like, but I'm not going to talk in depth about them. I'm not okay with this on my blog. I just don't get how all of them are 15-year-olds. Never have I ever. How I Met Your Mother. If you like Friends, you'll like this. There's Outer Banks. Why are people obsessed with John B or whatever his name is? Am I the only one that's not seeing it? Stranger Things. Also, Stranger Things. Why do you need a 3rd, 4th, whatever, a 4th season? Come on, you could have stopped at the 2nd season. Queer Eye. It's a reality TV show, and wow, so fun. So inspiring. The Circle. I've only watched the USA one though. And there's also Alexa and Katie. Check those out. And I really hope that was fun. I don't think that was probably one of the most boring videos I've ever filmed. And you know what I filmed before. Also, I started this beauty page on Instagram. It's called Snatched by Elle. Don't judge me, I'm not the one that chose the name. Post some makeup looks over there. I'm kind of practicing. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe. Comment down below. Tell me what you would like to see. And yeah, follow my social media. And I'll see you very soon. Bye!